Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Temple University Leocore Center in the Fox Giddis Room for this historic and exciting day in Temple University and Temple University athletics. At this time, I'd like to introduce Temple University President Jason Wingard to introduce our new athletic director. Jason.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see so many of you here today to celebrate with us this historic occasion. I would like first to thank Coach Fran Dunphy. Coach Dunphy has graciously served as interim athletic director for the last year and a half. It's been extraordinary times, a very, very difficult time to be an administrator at a college university, and he has done a yeoman's job of leading our teams and our department through this pandemic. So thank you very much. And Coach, we look forward to you continuing to be advisors to us and a member of the Temple family moving forward. So thank you very much, Coach Dunphy. As president of Temple University, we are looking forward to taking Temple to the next level, and we have a very strong and aggressive strategic vision to support that. That vision is embodied by three primary components. One is academic excellence, the second is community excellence, and the third is brand excellence. By way of academic excellence, we are really looking forward to allowing our students, by way of curriculum, to be prepared for the future of work, to be prepared to do the work with the skills, the competencies, the abilities that they need to be relevant in today's job market. And that is no better served by our student athletes as well. So it's student first and it's athlete second, and Arthur and I both agree with that, and so we are very excited about the future of Temple University academically, curricular-wise, and our student athletes are going to be a large part of that, continue to be. Secondly, community excellence. We are very, very excited about Temple University being housed right here in North Philadelphia, and we are deeply engaged with the residential community here, the civic environment in the region, as well as extremely the corporate community that is serving the workforce that we talked about earlier. And then thirdly, brand excellence. This is one of the best universities in the world. And so, as such, we need to extend our reputation and our brand. And so when we talk about academics, when we talk about community, and when we talk about brand, our student athletes here at Temple University are very strong ambassadors for us. And we want to make sure that they have the resources, the platform, the support that they need to be able to do well in the classroom, but also on the field and on the courts. So we are very, very excited today to welcome, and I am privileged and honored to welcome our new athletic director for Temple University, Mr. Arthur Johnson. I'll let you all know that we conducted a national search for this very, very important position. This is the first time that the athletic director will be a formal member of the President's Cabinet. The President's Cabinet is the senior leadership team at Temple University. It's comprised of 8 members, and the athletic director and Arthur will be a member of that cabinet. That national search was very inclusive. We made sure to get community members involved, faculty, students, administrators, advisors. We had so many people engaged in this inclusive process because it is so important to Temple's future. And we were focused on an operational leader who was excellent at being able to support our academic goals as well as our athletic goals. And we found in Arthur that very best-in-class person. His bona fides speak for themselves. He has 25 years of experience in leadership across 3 different conferences, the SEC, the Big 12, and the PAC, formerly Pac-10, by way of the University of Texas, where he most recently hails from. He also was at the University of Georgia and Arizona State University. So during his tenure, he's had the opportunity to manage tens of millions of dollars. He's managed all sports across the academic enterprise. He's built state-of-the-art facilities. He's raised money. He's invested deeply in each of the communities in which he's served. And he's just been a steady, smooth rock of excellence every place he's been as an academic and an athletic administrator. I want to conclude by saying that I know that the Temple community, our OWL family, is going to welcome Arthur Johnson, his wife Talitha, and his son Aaron, who are here with us today. We are so excited to have you, Arthur, here joining our community. This is a new era of excellence in athletics, and we couldn't be prouder, we couldn't feel more privileged, and we are ready to win. Go Owls.
All right, thank you.
And on behalf of this community, I would like to present you with your own signature football jersey. You know we're going to Cincinnati this week. We're taking on the number 5 team in the nation, and so you will be with us in spirit. I'm going to give you the shirt, and I'm going to take it back and make sure it's in the locker room to support it.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, President Wingard. Like you, I also want to thank Coach Dunphy for answering the call to serve more than 15 to 16 months ago. It's a changing landscape in college athletics on top of a global pandemic. So thank you for your service. I'm looking forward to meeting you and working with you and learning more about this community and all. Good morning, everybody. I want to start by giving thanks to God for this blessing and this great opportunity to serve all stakeholders at Temple University. It is great seeing everyone this morning. I appreciate you coming to participate in this very special day for my family and me, and to officially welcome us to the Temple family. I want to thank President Wingard and the Board of Trustees for entrusting me with this incredible opportunity to lead Temple athletics. I am truly humbled and appreciative of this awesome responsibility to work with coaches, staff, administrators, faculty, who are actively participating in the holistic development of the student athletes who have entrusted us with their future. Thank you. I want everyone to remember that the student athletes are the lifeblood of Temple athletics and the reason that we are here. So they will always be the first thought on every decision and everything that we do. I sit before you on the shoulders of so many special people who have been with me during this incredible journey. The countless student athletes, coaches, staff, supporters, faculty. I was told that the tough Philadelphia media does not have the patience for me to thank everyone individually. However, I have worked in this business a long time, and I do feel the need to personally call out some people who have played a significant role in preparing me for this opportunity. So please bear with me. I want to start by thanking my beautiful wife, Talitha, and our incredible son, Aaron, for being so supportive and understanding. This is a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle that takes us away from our families, and we spend a lot of time away helping develop other young people, and they understand that, you know, when I have to be away supporting other people's goals and dreams, and they move on and go on without me. But I want to say thank you to both of you, and we are looking forward to joining this community and making a difference as we watch our student athletes here at Temple University chase their dreams, goals, and aspirations through college athletics. We will also be heavily involved in this great Philadelphia community. But Talitha and Aaron, thank you, and I sincerely love you both. My parents, Pearl Johnson and James Johnson in Thomasville, Georgia, and my siblings who are in other places throughout this country. Thank you for the sacrifices that you have made and for instilling the foundation of discipline and respect for others while raising us. I wish you could be here with us today. I love you. Also, I would be remiss if I did not mention my in-laws, Colonel Thomas Suit and Mrs. Farida Suit, and my brother and sister-in-law, when I say thank you, along with my family, for becoming instant fans, which they always do, and for understanding and believing that it's better that we are not home during the holidays and other certain periods because we are winning and participating in postseason championships. So I want to say thank you, and please know that we love you and we appreciate everything. Coach Andy Jones, and to my family, teachers, coaches, and friends in Thomasville, Bryant Gant, and Melvin Robinson, who surprised me today by being here, Glada Garnos, Claude Felton, Greg McGarity, coaches Vince Dooley, Ray Goff, Tubby Smith, Andy Lander, Suzanne Yocklin, Louis Gainey, and the late Hornsby Howell from the University of Georgia, Linda Snyder and the late, great Bruce Snyder, Dr. Ronnie Cox, Donnie Henderson, and Kevin White, Dr. Kevin White, that is, at Arizona State, Dickie Bedour and Carl Torbush at North Carolina, Damon Evans at Maryland, my dear friend, thank you for coming this morning too. It is great to see you, and I love you. Dr. Carla Green Williams at Maryland, and Coach Tyrone Willingham at Stanford, and formerly of Notre Dame and Washington. Finally, Coach Mack and Sally Brown, DeLoss and Marianne Dodds, Cleve and Jean Bryant, Steve and Yasmin Patterson, Mike and Melinda Perrin, Chris Del Conte, Jimmy Earl, Coach Rick Barnes, Dr. John Butler, Chris Polanski, Dr. Sunsia Lilly, past and current members of the facility and event operations staff, and the entire Longhorn family. I want to thank you for accepting us into your family and helping me get to this point. You and so many other great colleagues and friends and donors and supporters have been so instrumental in preparing me for this opportunity. Thank you for believing me and embracing my family. You will always be a part of this journey, and I sincerely thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart. We will be reaching out to you for support, financially and as well. When asked, why Temple? I wanted to lead an athletic program, and over time, I wanted it to fit a certain profile because we were really happy in Austin, Texas. When I started my research, I quickly discovered in Temple a large, comprehensive R1 university with a comprehensive, broad-based athletics program in a large metropolitan area with a diverse culture. Over 300,000 living alumni, access to a great recruiting base for our sports, a great sports town with many opportunities throughout this region. Then, after learning more about President Wingard's bold vision for the university and the role he wants athletics to play in the vision, and the commitment to athletics from him, as well as the members of the Board of Trustees that I had the opportunity to meet with during this process, I was sold and pushed harder to obtain this opportunity. Like many others from outside the region, my initial introduction to Temple University while growing up in South Georgia was while the late, great Hall of Fame coach John Chaney was leading the men's basketball program. Basketball has carried the torch by being in the top 5 in wins of all time, and it's the soul of this university in North Philadelphia. I'm excited about assisting Coach McKee and his staff while they lead us to championships on and off the court. In the past decade, I've witnessed the success of coaches Al Golden, Matt Rule, Steve Adazio, and Jeff Collins. They proved that we can be successful in the sport that drives the revenue in college athletics. Likewise, I'm also excited about working with Coach Carey and his staff as they lead us to championships on and off the field as well. While I only mentioned those 2 programs, I'm equally excited about working with all of the coaches to assist them with leading us to championships as well. The Learfield Directors Cup will be one of the tools that we use to gauge our success against our peers and nationally. To the current student athletes who have entrusted Temple University with your futures, I want to commend you on the tremendous job you have done in the classroom and to let you know that I have mad respect for what you do to balance the demanding time that it takes to be a student athlete. I challenge you to embrace the incredible opportunities on your campus and in this great community. I will be committed to your holistic development. You will have an advocate and a cheerleader who will work with your coaches and staff to provide your programs with what you need to be successful on campus while preparing you for success when you depart Temple University to make your marks on the world. Finally, I know that we cannot do this on our own. To the lifetime Owls who have represented this great university in athletics in the past, all current students, former staff, and alumni, you will always be welcomed back. This is your university. We need your support to help our students achieve their goals and aspirations. And again, President Wingard and Board of Trustees, thank you for this incredible opportunity. I'm excited and look forward to meeting and working with all of you. Go Owls.
Okay, at this time, we'll take questions from the media for 10 minutes. We'll also have a breakout afterwards for one-on-ones if needed for a few minutes after that. So first questions from the media. We have someone passing around a microphone. Questions, raise your hand, please. And if you could identify yourself for Arthur Johnson and the president, that would be great.
Arthur, Mike Jensen, Philadelphia Inquirer. Obviously, you're at a place with resources, and I'm just asking you to, switching from Power 5 to Group of 5 resources, what are the real adjustments?
Good morning, Mike. It's the same thing. It's still about serving student athletes, helping young people reach their goals and aspirations. While the budgets are different, we still have to operate the same way. We operate with the same rules. When it comes to the finances, it's just a matter of being physically responsible with the resources that are entrusted to us. Even at Texas and at Georgia, places that I've been, we had zero-based budgeting, and we still were accountable for our budgets and accountable to remain within those budgets. So it's, at the end of the day, it's just like when you're participating in a sport, whether it's basketball or football, it still comes down to playing on the same field or blocking and tackling or shooting baskets in the same baskets. So I don't see that as a difference.
Congratulations, Arthur. Bill Evans with AlsDaily.com. I know facilities was a big oversight for you in your previous stops. One of the big issues at Temple is whether they should build a football stadium on campus. The community has maybe pushed back a little bit on that, but just kind of what have you learned about that? What are your thoughts on whether an on-campus stadium is something you would like to see here, and how do you go about doing it if so?
Well, that'll be up to our president and the leadership of this institution. I want to be aligned with them. I know that would be something that's important, but at the same time, that would be up to President Wingard and his leadership.
Have you formed an opinion on that yet?
Come on, Mike. 3 months, 3 months in, 3 months. As Arthur said, our first priority is our student athletes, making sure they do well in school, making sure that they have the best possible resources to be able to play. To the question about a stadium, we will continue to explore whether that's an opportunity for us in the future. But right now, we have a long-term agreement with the Philadelphia Eagles that has been a good agreement, and we are succeeding there. And we just had homecoming last week. It was a great day. So right now, we are very well taken care of. We will continue to explore whether that's an option for Temple in the future.
Yes. Donald Hunt, Philadelphia Tribune. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
That's good. Listen, you've been inside the Lear Center and down by the basketball court. If you look up to the rafters, there's some jerseys that have been retired. Mark Macon and Guy Rogers, Hal Lear, Candace Dupree, and several others. There should be more jerseys up there. Okay, like John Baum's jersey should be up there. John was, remember the 1969 championship team here at Temple, the only national championship team school has. And you seen Aaron here, and his jersey should be up there along with Eddie Jones, okay? And you mentioned keeping the alumni involved in the program and that sort of thing. Like, what's going to be your procedure to recognize these folks, because they played such a pivotal role in the history? I mean, like you were talking about how, when Temple approached you for the job, you thought about Coach Chaney and this person, that. I mean, these are all part of Temple sports and Temple basketball. So, it's been a while, and these folks are certainly deserving, and deserving is the key word here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd just like to get your thoughts on that, because I know at the other schools that you've worked at, they've had the same situation where they retire jerseys and put them up in the rafters.
Well, you make a great point about recognizing great former student athletes who made contributions. I'm sure that's the case across all sports. The thing that I have to do is come in here and understand what has been the process before and make sure that that process is easy and consistent across the board for all of our programs. I'm sure individuals who follow other sports here, whether it's rowing or soccer or the crew team, they have some of the same things. So I would come in, visit with the staff, visit with other key stakeholders to understand what has been done, and then work along with the president to determine how those decisions are made.
Okay.
Next question.
Ray Dunn, WHIP Radio. In the ever-evolving landscape of college athletics, what do you feel on day one is the biggest challenge that you're faced with?
Right now, there's a reason you have that mask on. We're all dealing with that. It's trying to keep our student athletes and our fans and our staff safe, and trying to, get through this without, having major changes. Obviously, COVID had a great financial impact, not only on us in college athletics, but on industries throughout this country and throughout this world. So right now, the first priority is to understand our processes and making sure we're keeping our student athletes and our staff and other stakeholders safe.
Any more questions?
Sam Cohn, Philadelphia Inquirer. Obviously, you've had a lot of experience with name, image, and likeness at Texas. How do you feel like you can take what you've learned so far and implement it here at Temple?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is come in and learn what we're doing at Temple, because what you could be doing may be better than some of the things that we're doing. as I mentioned, one of the keys to my interest is this great market, this great city. So there are so many opportunities just in the Philadelphia area alone. So it's understanding what we do and then determine if I'll work with an outsider, or there may be some great resources on campus who help us come together to make sure we provide the right exposure and help our student athletes understand the value of their brand and then how to leverage that to take advantage of this new window of opportunity in college athletics.
Okay. We have time for 2 more questions. Any more questions?
Hi, Nick Neistat, Al Sports Update. First of all, congratulations. And do you have a to-do list as athletic director, and how do you envision Temple Athletics going forward in the future?
Yes, I have a to-do list. The first thing that I'm going to do is go on a listen and learn tour. So my goal is to get out and meet as many people as possible, starting with the staff here. Hopefully I'll get a chance to meet many of them before I depart tomorrow. But over the first 90 days is to spend time listening and learning and visiting with internal and external stakeholders at the university to determine where we have been, where we are now, and understand and implement that we're going to be a part of President Wingard's vision and make sure we get everybody on the same page. So my vision going forward is to make sure we're always aligned with the leadership of the institution, but also making sure we win not only in athletics, but in life. So that's my priority.
Do we have a final question? Seeing none? Okay, congratulations, Arthur. Looking forward to your tenure here. We will take questions off the podium.